Juan Corona was a migrant worker who picked fruit and vegetables in California from about 1950. He worked in the Imperial Valley area and then north of Sacramento. He had a half brother in Yuba City, and so eventually he moved there and began ranch work. He had a schizophrenic episode back in 1956 and received 23 electroshock treatments before he was released. When he was released, authorities deported him to Mexico, and he waited for a green card there for about 6 years before he was granted legal entry. He was a labor contractor, hiring fruit farm workers. He had more schizophrenic episodes and developed a reputation for having a very violent temper. In 1971, he was supplying labor for the Sullivan Ranch and other orchards in the area around Yuba City. A lot of the men were housed in a bunkhouse on the Sullivan Ranch. Between February 25th and May 12th, 1971, less than 3 months, many of the fruit orchard workers began to disappear. All of the missing men were drifters that picked up seasonal work. All but 3 of them were between 47 and 64. On May 19th, 1971, an orchard owner noticed a freshly dug hole in his peach orchard. When he returned the following day, it was filled in. Upon investigation, they found the body of one of the missing orchard workers in the hole. There were other freshly dug holes discovered, and in 3 of the graves were documents that tied the bodies to Corona, bank deposit slips and receipts. When police obtained a search warrant for Corona's home, they found blood-stained knives, a machete, a pistol, and blood-stained clothing. And then they found the death list, which was a ledger containing 34 names and dates, including 7 men who were by then known to be victims. He would be charged with 25 murders. Private defense attorney would take on his case for the exclusive literary and dramatic rights to his story. He would fire the psychiatrist hired by his previous public defender and plunder ahead. And when I say plunder, you'll see what I mean. Corona was found guilty after 45 minutes of jury deliberation to all 25 charges of murder. He was given 25 consecutive life sentences without parole. He was granted an appeal because of that shady retainer agreement with his first lawyer. However, when the retrial happened, he was convicted again. He applied for parole 8 times and he was denied all 8 times. He finally died in 2019, aged 85, in a California jail. No motive for the deaths was ever established. The closest thing to an explanation would come at a parole hearing decades later, when he called the men winos and creeps who had been trespassing. At the time of the killings, he was California's most prolific serial killer, but that title would not last very long at all. Thank you for listening. If you're enjoying these videos and you want to see more, please click the subscribe button and hit those notifications so that you don't miss any uploads. We appreciate you. Thanks.